Hello, my name is Diallo and I am sitting here with Jarrett Ford, who's starting a Kickstarter campaign for his board game ELEMANCERS. What is your background in the game, and tell us a little bit about yourself?
Well, I've been an avid gamer my entire life, albeit video games, board games, or card games. And I have a master's degree in game design, as well as CAPM certified. And I have been a project manager on two AAA video games, one being Star Wars: The Old Republic, and the other one being Dead Space 3.
What is ELEMANCERS and what makes it so special?
ELEMANCERS is a fantasy-based strategy board game for two players. Each player either takes the role of the light faction or the dark faction, commanding the elements of either creation or death, which are elements that make up the cosmos. Now, each of these primal elements are made up of three lesser elements. Creation is made up of celestial, beast, and flame elements, while the death element is made up of ice, shadow, and negro.
What's the age range for the game?
The age range for the game is 13 and up.
So how many players can play?
Currently, only 2 players can engage in the game at one time. There are plans in the expansion for the game to add a 3rd player.
I see. How long does it take to play the game?
Currently, the game takes around an hour to play. New players will take a little bit longer as they try to get up to speed, but this game is meant for it to be quick play that you can get your friends on. There's not a long wait time, and it's meant for each player to have opportunity to play as the different faction.
Wow, I would like to play this game then. How do you play the game?
So the game is turn-based, with each player alternating, taking a turn. And during each turn, there are 4 phases. During the first phase, it's called the Fate phase, that the player would roll all 3 dice, and the numbers on them determine how many Fate tokens you get of each appropriate color. The green is the Dragon Fate, and the other 2 colors are the Primal Fate, mine being creation, and yours representing death. The next phase is the Power phase. During this phase, you have the opportunity to spend your Dragon Fate to get certain abilities, as well as the opportunity to turn in a set of lore cards to unlock a powerful item or creature. The 3rd phase is the Deploy phase. You can take your creature cards and either summon them into play or move them on the game board. The last phase is the Battle phase. You can then use those creatures in play and battle other creatures. The step at the end of your turn is just a cleanup step, that then all of the Fate that you currently have not spent, you return to its original state.
Okay. So Jarrett, who would be interested in playing the game?
I feel that anyone that's excited about games with intense strategy, fantasy elements, or even avid board game players alike would love this game.
How much would the game cost?
The suggested retail price for this game is $50, but during the campaign, if you request a copy of the game, you can get the game for a lot cheaper. Definitely want to check it out.
Why choose to do a Kickstarter campaign?
I chose to do a Kickstarter campaign because my company needs help funding the first print run. We found a great manufacturer to build the game for us. We just need your help. Now, why I chose Kickstarter as opposed to other crowdfunding sites is Kickstarter is all or nothing, meaning that if we don't meet our funding goal, no one's credit cards gets charged, so you know you're putting your money toward a game that is going to be of merit and actually do well in the marketplace.
So what are the different rewards for contributing to the campaign?
So there are different reward tiers depending on how much you pledge toward the campaign. One is you get a copy of the game. Another one is you can get the game for a much cheaper price if you're one of the first 50 people to reserve a copy of the game. You can get one of the really cool posters for the game to actually have the creature art of your choosing. Another one is you can get credit as assistant designer in the game manual and actually help out in the creation of a brand new creature in the game. You'll be involved in the art process, game mechanics, as well as the creature's name. And another reward available in the campaign is to get producer credit in the game manual. For that reward, not only will you get 1 copy of ELEMANCERS, but you get 1 copy of every title released by Shadowbound Games for life.
Thank you, Jarrett, for taking the time answering these questions.
No problem.
You can find out more about the game ELEMANCERS at shadowbalancegames.com.